Oh, the sound of the premix hotline.
Premix Hotlines, Premix Papa. Hey, AJ, real quick question. How does meditating and being still benefit a motocross supercross racer? Thanks.
Yep. Good question. And he knows he's asking a good question here because he's trying to start a conversation. Premix Papa. We love you, Premix Papa. Meditation and being still. I'll do a very quick definition of meditation to the best of my ability. Meditation is an activity to where you're taking the time to observe your own thoughts. And in doing so, the more you practice, let's see if I can explain this. So you have the five senses that everybody knows about, right? What are they? Smell, taste, touch, hearing. What is the other one? Taste, touch, hearing. Now I've only remembered three. Anyhow, there's five main senses, for gosh sakes, and that we all talk about and know about. The sixth sense is your perception. I read this yesterday and it really resonated with me quite well. Is your perception of your own thoughts. A lot of people have thoughts spewing through their brain 24/7. They can't stop it. And the worst thing, not only can they not stop it, they completely attach their identity to all of those thoughts. So imagine you're sitting on the gate of a race and you're putting your goggles on, the bikes just fire up, and your heart's pounding out of your chest. You already feel like you just did a 30-minute moto. Your palms are sweating. You're feeling weak. What's going on in your head at that moment? You're picturing yourself getting in the first turn pileup. You're picturing yourself getting a whole shot and getting taken out, or getting a whole shot and then blowing it and losing it. You're picturing, what if this happens? And what if this happens? And it feels out of control. You feel like you can't tame and control those thoughts at all. That would be the exact opposite of what he's referring to when he says stillness. Somebody that learns to meditate regularly, what they can do, and everybody can do this, is you just take a few minutes out of your day and just focus on breathing. And as you do that, thoughts are going to come in. Your only job is to observe. Oh, okay. I just thought that if I've got this big bill that I have to pay and I just stressed out about paying it. Okay, let that thought go. I just thought about whatever it is people think about. You observe it, and then you just picture it going off screen to the side, and it's gone. You don't have to attach an emotion to it. You don't have to attach any identity to it. And what you'll find, and then you get back to your breath and try to refocus. You're going to be really bad at it at first. And the goal is to observe. And as you practice it more, you'll create more gaps in between the crazy flowing of thoughts. So you'll start to become a person that can close their eyes, eliminate some of the senses, and just start to focus on breathing in and out, hearing what's going on around you maybe. Very simple things. You might have one thought that comes in, and then you can let it go. You start to become more still. You can really sit in a moment and not stress out. You could be here in a moment, right here, right now, and just be and just breathe. Instead of, like how I always was, constantly worried about what you're going to do next. What's going to happen in 1 second? What's going to happen in 30 seconds? What's going to happen in 2 minutes? What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen next week or next month, or when the gate drops and when I get around the first turn? None of that matters. All that matters is how you make yourself feel right now. And the more you get better at practicing your breathing, the better you'll feel. And your goal is to start to create, like I said, more gaps in between those uncontrollable thoughts. That's what he would refer to as stillness, and being still. And then the way that I would describe that is just picture somebody dropping a little pebble into a completely still pond. And what happens? You see the ripple effect, and the wave from that one little pebble ripple and create a wave all the way through the pond, just from a little pebble dropping in this very still pond. Then picture 20-foot high waves in the middle of an ocean when a storm's a brewing, and dropping the Empire State Building into the middle of the ocean. Guess what effect it's going to have? Nothing is going to happen because it's already complete chaos. That's what it's like when your brain is going 1,000,000 miles an hour and you try to create some intent and just have one thought, and it can't carry you anywhere because it just gets flooded away with the other craziness. What I've learned from meditating, I mean, it helps me and benefits me in every single part of my life, especially when it comes to a dangerous activity like riding a dirt bike. That was a horrible, maybe confusing answer, but I hope it made some sense to some of you guys. And what meditation is it's a practice. What your life is, and if you look at it this way, it's a practice. So you need to expect that when you first start, you're not going to be good at it. Nobody's really that good at it. In fact, it's the human condition is falling unconscious in all of these moments. And just the unconsciousness is the flow of all those thoughts that you can't control. Being conscious, being aware of the thoughts, you can get better at it through practice, but nobody's ever perfect. There is no such thing as perfect. If you were, you'd be God, right? So let's see, I'm trying to think of a good book that can help with meditation inductions and different practices. A couple that come to mind: Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. He has a couple of really good and simple meditation inductions in there. Silva Mind Control Method by Jose Silva. A couple of really simple meditation inductions in there. There's two that I've been routinely practicing lately, and these are very simple. One, you can just practice counting from 60 down to 0, and that can be your meditation. So, right, it could take 5 minutes. It could take 2 minutes. It's probably going to take 5 to 10 because you're going to get distracted as you're doing it. And try to practice counting from 60 down to 0. What you'll notice is when you get to 0, if you've really committed to that process, you're going to feel more clear-minded. You're going to feel like your breathing has steadied. You're going to feel here. You're going to just feel grounded, and you're going to feel here and present, which is quite nice. And another easy one is you can do this in sets of 10. You can breathe in for 3 seconds, breathe out for 3 seconds, breathe in for 3 seconds, breathe out for 3 seconds. And at 10, when you've done it 10 times, on the exhale, you're going to let your exhale out all the way until you think you got none left, and keep it going, and then hold that exhale for as long as you can. You're going to feel like you're getting to the point where you've got nothing. Just hold it. And then take the biggest exhale possible and hold that inhale for as long as possible. Not until the point where you're at panic, but hold it. And then right back into 3 seconds out, 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, 3 seconds in. And you could do sets of 10 with the holds on the exhales and the holds at the inhale at the end of it. That's a really great one. And that takes somehow almost even less effort than the counting from 60 to 0. But try it. Let me know what you think. It's going to seem silly at first, but when you start to notice a difference, when you feel like you've entered that state of, it can get you more to a state of where flow occurs also. I could go on and on and on. Great question. Premix Papa. And Jackson answered and said it helps you find peace after you've been lapped because you were meditating. Oh, that's awesome. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.